Welcome to Lesson 8, Polymorphism, Python style. Other languages make you sign a contract, declare an interface, implement it, prove your paperwork is in order. Python just asks one question: does it quack? If yes, it's a duck. No ceremony, no keywords, no interface files. The shape of the object is the contract, and by the end of this lesson you'll see why that's a feature, not a shortcut. Here's the roadmap. 4 mental models, each one a tool you'll reach for in different situations. First, duck typing as your daily driver. If it has read, call.read. Second, polymorphic overrides, where one method name does the right thing across totally different classes. Third, the senior reflex of choosing hasattr over isinstance when flexibility matters. And fourth, knowing the narrow cases where abstract base classes actually earn their keep, because most of the time they don't. Start with duck typing because it's the one you'll use every day. In Java, before anything useful happens, you declare an interface, then every class has to explicitly implement it. Ceremony first, work later. Python skips all of that. Define a duck, a person pretending to be a duck, a rubber duck, none of them related, none declaring anything, and one function, make it quack, just calls .quack on whatever you hand it. The shape is the contract, that's it. Same idea, classic example. 3 shapes, circle, square, triangle, completely unrelated, no base class, no inheritance tree. Each one just defines its own area with whatever math makes sense for that shape. Then total area iterates and calls .area on each, and Python figures out which implementation to run. The caller never asks what kind of shape it's holding. It just trusts the method exists. Now here's where that trust gets tested. The moment you write isinstance, source, file, you've slammed the door on string I/O, on mock objects, on every network stream that quacks like a file. The hasattr version opens it back up. Anything with a readlines method is welcome, but the truly Pythonic move is the third one. Just call it. Wrap it in try except, catch the attribute error, and re-raise something meaningful. That's EAFP. Easier to ask forgiveness than permission. Let's see this in production. 4 senders, email, SMS, Slack, and a mock for tests. None of them inherit from anything. None of them implement a protocol. They just happen to each have a send method. And the router? It takes a list, loops through, calls .send. That's it. 0 coupling, 0 ceremony. And adding a 5th channel tomorrow means writing 1 class with 1 method. No registration, no base class, no permission slip. But sometimes ceremony earns its keep. 4 quick questions tell you when. Building a public library or framework. Use an ABC, enforce the contract. Shipping a plugin system where third parties extend you? ABC again. So it fails loudly at load instead of mysteriously at runtime. Need MIPI to check it statically? That's a protocol, and we'll get there in Lesson 11. Just internal app code? Duck typing? You're done. Default to ducks. Reach for ABCs only when the contract actually matters. So here are the 6 reflexes that turn all this into muscle memory. Try first and catch later. That's EAFP, the Python idiom. Check shape with hasattr, not type with isinstance. Want static checking? Reach for protocol. When you override, keep the signature stable. Liskov thanks you. ABCs for libraries, skip them in app code. And if you do need to force an override without the ABC wait, raise not implemented error. 6 habits. Internalize them, and duck typing stops being theory. And if you want all of it on one page, here it is. 12 patterns you'll actually reach for. The left column is your daily driver. Call the method, try except if you're unsure, subclass when you need structure. The middle column is for shape and enforcement, hasattr. Not implemented error, abstract method. The right column is the type-checking toolkit, isinstance, ABC, protocol. Screenshot it, pin it, and let the default stay duck-typed. Skip the ceremony. Now, the flip side, 5 things that'll get flagged the moment a senior reads your PR. Isinstance sprinkled in every function locks out mocks and anything that quacks. Type equality checks are even worse. They break subclasses outright. Mismatched override signatures, classic Liskov violation, wrapping everything in an ABC is just Java cosplay. And catching bare exception turns EAFP into a bug hiding machine. Catch attribute error, the thing you actually expect. Time to put hands on keyboard. 3 exercises, each one drilling a different muscle. First, build a shape collection with no base class, no inheritance, just classes that happen to have an area method summed by a function that doesn't care which is which. Second, hunt down an isinstance call in your own code and rewrite it twice, once with hasattr, once with try except. Third, write a test using a mock sender that's just a class with a send method. No mocking library. That's the whole point. And that's lesson 8. 4 ideas to carry forward: duck typing, polymorphic override, hasattr over isinstance, and EAFP. The thread running through all of them, the shape, is the contract. Next up, we go deeper. Lesson 9 takes us into Dunder methods: repar, EQ, iter, operator overloading. The magic that makes your objects feel like they belong in Python. See you there.